So if you followed my channel for a little while now, you'll know that on this channel, I try to put up about 5 to 6 Call of Duty videos a week. And over the past, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks over the holidays, I have not been uploading 5 or 6 videos a week. It's been 2 to 3, sometimes 4 if we've been lucky. But I kind of tried to take a break over the Christmas holidays, hang out a little bit more with friends and family, just have a good time. And now that we're back after the new year, I wanted to get back into the swing of things, working 5 or 6 videos a week like normal. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about is all of the changes that are going to be soon coming to Modern Warfare, and there are a lot of them. And essentially what this stems from is, as we know, over the Christmas break every single year, the developers at the current Call of Duty game take about a 2 to 3 week break. And as it turns out, today is the first day that they are back in the studio and back to working on the game. So with this, there is going to be more updates coming back to the game and bigger updates coming back to the game. Now there's a lot of rumors that tomorrow, because every Tuesday they bring out an update, is going to be a big update. I doubt that. Like I said, they've been on holidays for 2 to 3 weeks. I'm betting there is going to be an update tomorrow, but everything that's coming tomorrow is going to be things that have already been planned before the break actually happened. Next Tuesday, I think, is going to be a really big update, and that is when we are going to see some big changes. But today's video is going to be all about what are those changes going to be, because over the Christmas holidays, on Twitter and on Reddit, a bunch of the different developers have been telling us things that will be coming to the game and changes that will be happening. Our first example of this is on Twitter. A guy named Little Bullet, or Bullet YT, tweets and says, "Since we have no prestige, can we earn a unique icon when we hit max level? That would fix the issue of not having the true grind in this game. Thanks." Joe Seacott actually responds to it saying, "I definitely think there are improvements we can make in this area." After that, Joel Emsley replies to him saying, "You have my axe," which basically just means he's in for it as well. Now, this is an interesting one because the 155 grind, if you will, is something new within Modern Warfare. This is, of course, officer ranks that we're referring to. Basically, 100 ranks in every season that also give you 100 different challenges, and upon completing them, it gives you a new emblem. Let's be honest for a minute. Who really cares about emblems? So basically what this tweet is saying, I don't think that they're going to be adding in any extra grind based off of this, like no extra levels or anything like that, but it sounds more like they're actually going to try to make the rewards for doing the challenges and doing the officer ranks a little bit better. Personally, if I was to choose what would be added, it would be a weapon camo. For every single season, upon completing all of the challenges, it gives you some sort of mastery camo, whether that's a diamond camo, dark matter, or something along those lines. That's kind of what I'm talking about. And some other things that they have posted on Reddit actually kind of support this. So on our first thread on Reddit, we see that people are talking about the platinum camo and why it actually adds glare to weapons within the game. People suggest that instead of having this platinum camo, that they instead introduce diamond. Art Peasant, or Joel Emsley, pipes in and says, why not instead have both? Which is interesting because how would they implement this diamond camo? A good idea would be have it as an officer challenge to complete and in turn get the diamond camo. Now on a completely separate Reddit post, someone else asks for the diamond camo, and once again Joel comes in and says that he's going to be looking into this right when he gets back from vacation, aka today. Now this is actually not the only thing we've seen about camos, especially older camos coming back. First example we have of this is Mad Beamer asks, any chance for a return of fall camo? This is of course a camo from Modern Warfare 2. It's really nothing that special, but Art Peasant says, believe it or not, I made that camo. Would be a cool to bring back with a winky face. And honestly, I wouldn't really think anything of this comment if it wasn't for that winky face. So it honestly seems like they're trying to bring back a whole bunch of classic camos. Diamond, fall, and on top of that, there's also some other mentions of camos as well. For example, Adhesiveness HS asked on the Modern Warfare Reddit, can we please get solid camos in COD for once, such as red, yellow, matte black, and more? Such an easy camo for devs to make, and it's simple. Joel then responds saying, nothing is simple in game development, again with the winky face. I don't know what's going on with those winky faces, Joel, but it's getting a little creepy. But totally agree, and we are looking into it. I'm a big fan of solids myself. So, the interesting part about this is currently the only way to earn weapon camos is through weapon challenges. You can't get them through the store, you can't buy them, anything like that. They are only earnable. So the question is, if they're implementing more camos, how are they going to do so? Are there going to be more challenges? Is it going to be something you can buy? Is it going to be through officer ranks? I'm curious what they do with this, because back at the beginning of the game, they stated that all camos they wanted to be earnable in one way or another. So if you ask me, I'm interested. Now, on a completely separate post, Infinity Ward goes ahead and explains that they are actually working on something much, much bigger as far as weapon customization goes. I'm going to read the full post and then talk about it. So at the beginning, he says, "At some point in the future, we are hoping to let you combine different blueprint attachments together to Frankenstein weapons, and then apply different camos. It's really buggy though, so I don't have an answer as to when we would be able to push an update out for it, but we are trying to work on the problem." Someone then responds and says, "Can we get solid camos, like matte black and red? Also, being able to choose what part of the gun you want camoed would be cool. For example, have a deagle painted matte black, have the barrel come chrome, and camouflaging the grip to an Africa camo." Art Peasant then says, "Totally agree with this." So there's a couple of parts to that. First of all, Frankenstein weapons. This is something that's been going on for a while, and it was actually somewhat in the beta. Basically, you'd be able to take certain attachments from certain blueprints and put them all on your weapon together to make it look exactly the way you want it. On top of this, being able to put camos on certain parts of the weapon, like the grip and only the grip, on the barrel and only the barrel, and Art Peasant, as he says, he totally agrees with this. It would be basically pure customization for your weapon to make it look exactly the way you want it to. Now, actually, believe it or not, when we went down to Infinity Ward for DLC 1, I was talking to a bunch of the developers, and they said this is actually something they wanted to put into the game at the very beginning as soon as blueprints were there. However, like Joel said, it was something that was really buggy and hard to code. You can only imagine with like over 50 to hundreds of attachments on these different weapons, to be able to program it so you can cross-use them with the different blueprints is pretty damn hard. But clearly, as Joel says here, it's something that they're working on and something we're going to be getting at some point. It doesn't sound like it'll be in the next couple of updates, but in the next couple of months, it's definitely a possibility. Now, speaking of things that are buggy, in another separate post, Pavilion Party asks, "Dear developers at Infinity Ward, please, I'm begging you to add more custom slots." Now, once again, Art Peasant responds, and he says, "You and everyone else that has commented this are right. It's in mainline back at the studio, and we've been tinkering with it. I'm not sure which update it's in, but I think it's next. Believe it or not, it can cause horrible bugs if not tested properly. I'm not certain about all this, so don't get fired up on me if I'm wrong. Since I've commented here, I'll stick with the issue at the studio." So clearly it is something they're working on. It's one of the main things that they're working on, and it should be coming to the game soon. Whether they're going to be paid for, whether they're just going to be given out for free, maybe everyone's going to get 10 slots, or whether they're going to be earned through officer ranks, we're not sure at this point, but we do know that they're coming. As far as them being buggy, it kind of makes a lot of sense, more so in this game. With all of the different customization you have to your different weapons, it's going to add a lot more problems to the creator class. On top of that, the fact that you can edit them within game is also going to add problems to the development as well. So it makes sense that there's problems with it, but it's good to hear they're actually working on it, and it should be coming, if not in the next update, pretty damn soon. So clearly one of the main things that they're working on, after looking at all of these comments and different posts on Reddit that he's responding to, it's a lot of customization, changing weapons, making them look different, making them look your way, which I think is fantastic. But I think in the most recent update, aka coming tomorrow, the things that we're most likely to see are, one, some spawn changes to shipment. Since that map has been launched, they haven't changed the spawns for it, and they are, well, strange. We'll just say strange. And so I'm assuming that they're going to be changing that in the most recent update, aka tomorrow. After this, there is several different wall breaches and under the map glitches on a couple of ground war maps. I'm not going to show them. I don't want people doing them. Assumably, those are going to be fixed as soon as possible. And of course, various challenges and things like that. They've actually come out and said that they are working on that. It seems like every single update they add, they're fixing a challenge or two. They've had a lot of troubles with that this year. So assumably, all of those things are going to be changing as well. So that is pretty much everything we can expect over the next few updates. Also, on top of that, I didn't dive into it much in this video. We're probably going to get an update to the end of Season 1 as well, getting probably another roadmap showing us what maps, characters, different things will be added throughout the rest of Season 1. And then, of course, in about a month from now, we've got Season 2 coming up. So that's pretty much everything you can expect. I just wanted to keep you guys updated, get everything out there. And then from here, we're going to get our next patch coming out tomorrow. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so, as it's the best way to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare. Make sure you have notifications turned on. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. And as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're made